listening to Ambitious AF, a podcast that will help you level up, find positivity, and put yourself on top right now and every day for the rest of your life. I'm your host, Caroline Lewis, and each week I will bring you a guest or thought that will motivate you to get out of bed every morning with the willingness to succeed. Being ambitious means you are proud of who you are and everything you've accomplished. Only you can make that happen, though. But with the help of this podcast, you will rise to the top. You will find success. You will believe in yourself and manifest happiness. And most importantly, you will become ambitious AF. I know you are eager to begin, so let's get started. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Ambitious AF. I'm your host, Caroline Lewis, and this is the first episode of 2021. I cannot believe I'm recording in the new year, and I wanted to get this episode out today because it is the first day of January 2021. And this episode's kind of be like a reflection as well as we're going to get a little bit vulnerable. We're going to get a little bit deep, and I'm super excited for today's topic, but I just wanted to first say Happy New Year. And I know 2020 might not have worked out the way that you thought it would be, or to some, like myself, 2020 could have been the best year of your life. And yes, 2020 for me was amazing. I am not even a year yet on this podcast, but I did launch Ambitious AF last April in 2020. So I am coming up on a year. And I've also grew my business crazy amounts in just 1 year, which is absolutely insane. And I've been able to hit things off my goal list that I didn't even think were imaginable. I was able to strengthen relationships and hang out with my sisters tons. And of course, my little niece, got to see her a bunch, got to go hiking with my dog. I got to, finally understand what the entrepreneurial life is all about. I traveled, I've met amazing people this year in this online space, and I'm able to help all of my clients grow their businesses. And it's been awesome to see all of these funnels and websites and memberships and courses that I've been able to create for them just take off. So yes, 2020 was an amazing year. And I really, really do hope, if you did listen to my last episode on being grateful, I hope you can dig deep and find at least 3 amazing things that happened to you in 2020. Because honestly, I know with the pandemic and everything going on, we also had an election year. It could have been a little bit crazy, but but that's okay. Crazy happens. And as long as we can find the peacefulness, as long as we can find the happiness, as long as we can find the love and the strength and the success, those are all good things in my eyes that you can check off in 2020. So obviously go back and reflect on the year, and starting from day one, how did your months go? How did your relationships go? How about your business, your finance, your job? Are you happy? Are you unhappy? How are you going to kickstart 2021 based off of 2020, right? And I don't want anyone to be like, oh, 2020 was a horrible year, forget that, because, right? No, we can't think that negatively, but we also can't dwell on the past, remember? We live in the present in order to create success for ourselves, in order to create our future. We can't do that if we don't live in the present and if we're stuck in the past. So 2020, my friends, is behind us. It is officially January 1st of 2021. So we only have big things ahead of us, and we have 365 days to accomplish them until 2022. Now, I'm not a super futuristic looker because I like to stay super present, but 2022 is going to be a very exciting year for me because I turned 30, and that means really big goals for myself that I'll probably talk about a little closer to when I turn 30. But anywho, looking at this year, I want you to obviously reflect a little bit on the past, right? The ups and the downs, but I want you to look forward, and I want you to imagine if you had a year to live, what would that look like? What would bring you the most joy and happiness and positivity in your life if you only had this last year to live, right? What would that look like? What would you do? What relationships would you mend? What careers would you build, or businesses would you build, or who would you help, If you've always wanted to get a dog, is this the year that you do that? Is this the year that you start doing things for you? And that's kind of what I want you to go into 2021 thinking about, right? This is the year, if it were my last, I'm going to do everything I want for myself. I'm going to be selfish this year. I know that's a crazy word, but selfish doesn't necessarily mean bad. Selfish means taking care of yourself and putting yourself number one priority. And that's what I want you to do in 2021. I want you to put yourself number one priority. And honestly, it might take an entire year in order to accomplish this. And if you've been listening to my episodes, maybe you're already ahead of that, right? Because all I want out of this podcast is to remind you all that you come first. You in your body, that's the first thing that matters. When you wake up, you are the first thing that matters. Now, if you have kids, that changes just a little bit, but you can't shy away from that, right? Even if you have kids. Especially when they're young, yeah, you gotta take care of them, but you still come first, right? Because it's all about energy. And if you're burnt out and you're negative and you're dwelling in the past and you're mad and frustrated and you're unhealthy, right? All of these things tie in together. And then all of a sudden, there's another year wasted. And we don't want that. And this is where earlier I was saying that this is going to be a bit vulnerable, but it's going to be the truth, right? I'm not going to sit here and say 2021, go after your dreams and write your resolutions. Nothing matters, because it does, right? We all need to wake up. We all need to put ourselves first. And we have to create an action plan in order to do that, right? We have to create steps for ourselves in order to understand and make us a priority, right? That is what 2021 is all about. Now, 2020, I totally started doing this for myself, and I could even work on it more. Everyone can work on this. But as I see people around me struggling with making decisions and just doing too much for others to the point where it's driving themselves crazy, right? That's not what you want, okay? You want to find that strength from within to focus on yourself first and foremost always. Because once you hit that, you're going to have an amazing life and you're going to have the energy needed to put towards others, okay? But if you're constantly doing things that you don't love doing, if you're constantly waking up dreading another day and slumping around all day and living in the past, nothing's ever going to change. And you're not ever going to find yourself and create this amazing life for yourself, right? I'm just being honest. It's not going to happen. And you're actually going to work more because you're constantly working with negativity in mind. So it's just going to keep building up. So you're going to be working more. You feel like you're going to be working more, but you're not going to get the outcome until you stop and reflect and realize why you're not putting yourself first. Because your happiness, that is key. If you want to get healthy, lose weight, hit $1 million, start a business, get promoted, be in a strong relationship, right? Either strengthen your current one or find love. If you want to strengthen your relationship with your family or your friends, if you want to do anything, it all comes down to your happiness first. Because you can't do any of these things until you are truly happy with yourself and your life currently, right? Because we can't say, oh, I want to hit $1 million today, but not have the mentality to do so. We can't say, oh, I want to get married this year, but still struggle in our relationships because we're not happy with ourselves. We can't say, oh, I want to make friends and new business partners and I want to get promoted. We can't say all these things if we don't truly believe in ourselves. which is normally the root cause of being unhappy, right? We don't believe in ourselves. So how are we able to accomplish all of these amazing things if we don't believe in ourselves? If we don't believe that we are the people that make these things happen, but our energy is what does it. And if we don't have that good energy, nothing's going to get done, right? So we've got to believe in ourselves. We've got to look almost every year like it's your last, right? The whole Tim McGraw song, I love that song. Live like you're dying. But in reality, it's kind of true, because when you're in that mentality, not scared of death, right? I'm not talking about you're paranoid. I'm talking about you make decisions based on whether or not you actually want to do them, right? You say yes only if you want to do that thing. You don't say yes out of pressure. When you have 365 days left to live, you want to be happy. You don't want to waste those 365 days. You don't want to be unhappy, right? So when we're in that mentality, we do more because we're excited to do more. We're like, oh, you know what? I need to apologize to so-and-so. I need to forget about this situation. I need to launch that podcast. I need to launch that business. I need to go volunteer here. I need to go adopt a dog. I need to go do X, Y, and Z, because you're living like it's your last in a good way, right? You're saying, I need to impact as many lives as possible in 2021. And if you keep this up, it's just going to be a continuous, awesome journey throughout the rest of your life. And you're actually going to be able to see things change for the better because you're living every single day out of positivity. And that energy comes back to you always. So you, yes, are going to get more. You're going to make more money. You're going to find love. You're going to have a family, or you're going to get that dog, or you're going to strengthen all of your relationships. You're going to have amazing friends. You're going to have an amazing business or career. All of these things, now it doesn't happen overnight, but all of these things you're able to start slowly accomplishing. And sometimes it's not slowly. Sometimes things do happen overnight. Because when you're in that energetic state with yourself and your universe, you will get back. You will receive, and you will have this life that you've envisioned for yourself, that you used to just dream of, all of a sudden is current. It is your new reality. And how cool is that, right? So 2021, I want you to focus on living like it's your last. Go and do the things you've always wanted to do. Don't let anything stand in your way. Make goals, accomplish greatness. Go after what you want. And if you can accomplish that sooner than later, then you can start doing for others, right? But if you want to get healthy, go get healthy. Stop telling yourself you can. Wake up every day and drink a glass of water. That is one step I bet you didn't take last year in order to become more healthy. If you want to gain muscle, go to the gym. Hire a trainer. I guarantee you can afford it. If your mentality can afford it, you can afford it. If you want to find love or strengthen your current relationship with your partner, do something for them every single day, right? In a good way. Do something for you and them, right? Because we're not just going to be focusing on them, but do something that makes you and he, she happy. That will strengthen your relationship. If you want to start a business, then get a business plan, jot down on paper. If you want to get a promotion, create action steps needed to stand out and get that promotion, right? Do these things. If you want to go skydiving, book the trip. If you want to travel, go travel. If you want to adopt a dog or buy a dog or whatever, start planning it, right? Nothing really happens overnight, but if you truly want something, you can make it happen as quickly as possible. Promise you that. With the right mentality, you literally can do anything. And some things just naturally have to take longer than the others, but some things, no. If you want something that you have been holding off and you can just go and buy it or get it, then go do that this weekend. Start 2021 off strong. Start it off on the right foot. Create an action plan for the year, right? Instead of resolutions, because we always forget about them, create steps every day that you're going to take in order to make this year truly your best year, right? I know a lot of you are like, 2021 is going to be my best year because hopefully we won't be in a COVID state, right? That's great. But how is it going to be your best year? How are you going to make this the best year of your life? If you can do that, you can make every single year the best year of your life. And you can have anything you want at that point, which is really, really cool once you're able to hit that. So as we wake up today, January 1st, 2021, and we forget about the past, right? We think about it, we accept what's happened, we move on today. Get it written down on your paper. Whatever it is that you want to let go of 2020, get it written down, go burn that piece of paper, let it go, because today is the first day of your new present self that will create the rest of 2021, right? It will create the rest of your future. So get excited for it. Get ready for it, because I know a lot of you, 2021 is going to be a huge turning point in your life, just like any new year is, right? Some people, they go hard and hit all their goals in the new year. And some people don't. Some people, it takes a while, but don't ever get discouraged, right? We all fall back. We all have bad days, but don't let every day be bad. Reset, reflect, and move on, because 2021 is about you. It is about taking care of yourself. It is about doing what you want always. It is about surrounding yourself with good people. It's about eating a slice of chocolate cake if you want every once in a while. It's about going for a run and getting fresh air, or moving, or starting that business. It's about you and whatever you want to do, whatever that is that will make you happy. That is what 2021 is going to be about. Okay? So I'm super excited to be recording this first episode of 2021, because Ambitious AF is obviously going to continue to inspire you and motivate you. But I do want 2021 to shift a little bit more into the business mindset, because I am a business coach and I do see the importance of routines and scheduling and organizational skills and how you present yourself as, a business owner and or an employee. It can go both ways. But I'm going to keep inspiring you. I'm going to keep motivating you. I'm going to teach you all of the tips and tricks that I've been able to learn to completely turn my life around. And I'm going to do that all on this lovely little podcast. So thank you so much for the support. This podcast has grown. I didn't think there was that many people that would actually listen to me talk, but thank you for your continuous support. I'm not going anywhere. This podcast is only going to get better. So please keep subscribing, keep commenting, keep sharing it, because the more you share, the more it helps me get the word out. And I'm super, super grateful for all of that. So here, my friends, is to 2021, to greatness, to happiness, to success, to getting everything you actually want in 365 days. I'm so excited to be on this journey with you. And thank you again so much from the bottom of my heart for continuing to support this episode and this podcast. All right, I'm Caroline Lewis. This is Ambitious AF, and I will talk to you all soon. See ya.
Thanks for listening to this episode. If you got some value or just feel fired up, I would love for you to take a screenshot and tag me in your Instagram stories. It's always so motivating to see you getting the inspiration you needed to level up for my podcast. I'm going to keep showing up and bringing my best self to these episodes, and I encourage you to do the same. If you think a friend or family member would enjoy this episode, I would love for you to share the ambition. I can't wait to chat next week, but until then, keep being ambitious AF.